This is the original game of Stock Car Mania, and because something kind of just a little bit changing, and we don't have any kinds of events for like these things. So let's start for the credits and about for these things as well. So the game owner is absolutely this guy, known as Penguins. Oh, for just about for here, what is this? Is absolutely Penguin, the XO and Penguins Zero. Penguin Zero for the about for this one. The co-owner is fourth gear transmission, no number for Z as well. So scripting help is Austin Caught Rona is absolutely going to be using for one thing, some kind of this username, and the tracks is the ASCA KI Boy Cool Plug Man for just about for here. Cool Plug Alt around this guy around here. The KI Boy Cool Plug Alt. So even about for this only one thing, because not just some kind of one thing, because all of this gonna be using, and there is more. GUI help, Epic Noob 1234, the builders is Planet Nebula, Crazy Dude 6297. It's the Sniper Alt developer. Car bases, George the Dev. Head admins is absolutely for Minaltix as well. And Ice Wolfix as well. Admins is the JJ56776. I caught Wona. Designed BlazeX. Crazy Bolt. And many of these kinds of usernames as well. Custom schemes was absolutely for the last one, even because everything is absolutely usernames for a NASCAR Fireball. So, looks like this is absolutely the information about for this thing. So before we're gonna be going all the way here, so the events is WIP and single player 2. The Game Pass shops is absolutely gonna be using for the LSR schemes, Xfinity schemes, Truck series, and everything to Game Pass isn't coming soon because this game is absolutely being abandoned as well. So, 14 different cars from the league, Lima Sky Elysium games as well. So, to buy like these things, it's probably off sale. This is the information about for this thing. Stock Car Mania is a game where I just numbers made, just absolutely having some enjoyment, not really to have a profit. I have some enjoyment making games, and yes, profit is nice, and having Robux to buy stuff is good, but it's that feeling where the people who play our games have some satisfaction in this game, mainly NASCAR based, and it's have one official Sensazione series in at the moment. And this game will hope keep growing as long as I'm on Roblox. I hope you enjoy my game that me and my friends have made. Well, probably we're gonna be using for the online multiplayer. So we have all tracks we got to do like this one. So, oh dear, we got many of these, some kind of like these kinds of tracks as well. But all tracks is gonna be going for rounds, starting in the newest track, Watkins Glen, Daytona International Nazionale Speedway, Talladega Super Speedway, Texas Motor Speedway, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Richmond Raceway, Auto Club Speedway, Bristol Motor Course is about for this Motor Speedway, Daytona Road Course, the Ponco, Nashville Super Speedway, Phoenix Raceway, Homestead Miami Speedway, Eldora Speedway, Dover Raceway, Atlanta Motor Speedway, Michigan, Kansas, Sonoma Raceway, Michigan International Nazionale Speedway, New Hampshire is WIP. Wait, that was after Sonoma Raceway. And what happened to any kinds of their... But all WIP things have New Hampshire, Charlotte, Charlotte-Roville, Circuit of the Americas, Chicagoland, Martinsville, Darlington, Las Vegas, Kentucky, and at the bottom, Iowa and Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Looks like that is all for today, and because before this is absolutely going to be to do so, because starting around here in Daytona International Speedway. Once I just gonna be teleporting around Daytona Internationale Speedway or International Speedway around here, we're gonna be starting here for this. Turns out that they just completely lost connection in about for just starting for one condition. So let's just gonna be spawning about for the 2018 NASCAR champion. So it is probably we're gonna be using for some kind of a little bit fast, but 2020 does not gonna be seems to be the worst year of all. So let's just gonna be trying to drive around for this very first time. Now this is ridiculously loud as possible because it's does really sounds like the 2018 NASCAR vehicle in about for this situation. If you just automatically jumping out or just try to jump out of the vehicle, that automatically despawns as well. So we're gonna be using for some kind of other kinds of NASCAR schemes for many more cars. What about Chase Elliott? That doesn't not gonna be very work. That automatically despawns as well. So let's try the Chase Elliott style, and that does not reveal of all schemes about for this thing. So delete the vehicle isn't working as well. So the number 3 it should be gonna be literally this thing as well. Brad Keselowski is the number 2, and the number 4 is gonna be Kevin Harvick. So what about him? And because it does really exist or some kind of revealed, it does really reveal for this. The number 1 is absolutely going to be using for this card. This is what absolutely what happens that doesn't able to despawn the car as well. So let's just going to be trying the number 12. It does really look like for some kind of a number 8. So looks like this man is going to be using the number 8 as well. So let's try to use like the number 2018. So since 2020 like this thing as well, so we're gonna be trying to test it out. And but our things are just gonna be starting for our first couple of lap times, and I can see the road course open, and it does the same speed as the 119 miles an hour. This car sounds pretty loud as well, so I'm just gonna be keeping it on out for this thing as well. Now we're just gonna be going to keep on moving because that sounds pretty ridiculous, as it's gotta be same as for the NASCAR Unleashed, older version of some kind of these things, because probably that does copy for this a little bit for this one, and there is no some kind of a final chicane around here. So looks like we're gonna begin of the lap times we're doing for this. As the car begins to slow down, now I'm just gonna be trying the road course first before return back into the speedway as well. And we just eventually missed the round for the first couple of corners, and this is probably ruined whatsoever. So we missed the brake checking point, and looks like we just already started to get around for this bad luck. So we just eventually started to get around bad here for in the road course is still 190 miles an hour. So we just allegedly gonna be trying to start slow, and turns out we just missed it all over to this. So now we just gonna be doing power slides over this thing. And we're just gonna be going back into this way, failed into these, almost failed around here, until for many more like these things as well. So let's just gonna be going all the way up here, and finishing all the way into the top scale. So as this top speed is currently 190 miles per hour, that doesn't gonna be resisted about for 190 kilometers an hour, and it can't be. Now let's just slow them down. And we're in foot in the road course. Now let's just gonna be kicking all the way back to 190 miles an hour. So it looks like the road course does not able to get completed around for this thing. So if I just gonna be trying again, we're gonna be doing for our staff for just as well. How many one lap is gonna be to do? After we already started about for this thing. Now looks like we just gotta be doing for about for this thing like this one. And for our stock car Mania, we're just doing for a multiplayer. and except for the WIP, and perhaps this isn't gonna be the deal like itself. Even for the road courses, just like the Autodromo Internazionale di Monza, I'm gonna be going all the way through. Now let's just say still 119 miles an hour, and because it contains 1 minute over 60 seconds back in NASCAR Unleashed during this race, and because of this only one conclusion problem, this is pretty such as the worst what I ever tried seeing this. And ridiculously, this sounds not gonna be a little bit cursed, but all over for these cars is gonna be going all the way to the finish. It looks like itself, we have to return back into the pits after receiving corner cuts all over to this thing. That should be very ruined as well. After 119 miles an hour, we're just gonna be a couple of runs left. Now let's just gonna be going back into the pits. Now, as you can see for this very earlier and before, despite it's time to the end of this video. So, in a very long time and about for this thing, but actually, this is probably gonna be the end and returning back into the pits. And most likely, you might able to return back into the menu, but it does not work at all. But unfortunately, before we're gonna be at the end of this video, I'm just gonna be making sure let's gonna be going back into the pits. And probably, this is absolutely gonna be starting to decelerate, and we have seen what happened for this thing as well. So as the car just slows down to 63 miles per hour, we have absolutely gonna be way the end of this video. If you just eventually jump out of the car, that automatically despawn as well. So anyways, that is all for the video, and it does not able to work. If it does work for just about here, and I guess it's working. If you like for today's video, just don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and click that bell, and the game is linked in the description down below for this original game or not. And because of the remastered game is the early assets for the beta as well. As the spying for this is going to be online player, but the single player is the WIP. So I cannot believe it has been abandoned for just a little bit, for almost likely for 2 weeks. Because our last update isn't going to be to do like this one. And perhaps this game is absolutely trying to becoming old as well. And this track isn't going to be very new. It's about to turn old, and it has been discontinued, and it does not sign in for the Roblox studio as well. So this is all for just I guess, and thankfully this is all for it and about for this original game, because I'm probably not sure that we're going to be doing this again. So thanks for watching, and the next time I'm going to be doing this for once again, and probably after we completed all in about for NASCAR 4th gear racing. This is Turbo Concept is going to be signing off, and now I'm going to be see you in around into the next video back into the stock car mania for the second.